Miss Sadie, Miss Aubrey, Mr. Anthony, Miss Martha, Mr. Zachary, oh, I'm sorry, Miss Aurora, she's the penny on Mr. Mr. Zachary, Mr. Jacob, Miss Eva, Mr. Tyler, Miss Phoebe, Miss Sydney, and Miss Alexis. All right, as they get out there, I'm going to call up 4 of our members who went to the nationals and introduce them and what they did, or states and nationals, and then we're going to do the national anthem. All right, so the people who went to competition, step up to the front so I can introduce you, because I forgot to do it when you're coming out. All right, in March of this year, we had these 5 people go to the state championships, and you can see from the medals, well, most of them, that Miss Cheyenne at the end, raise your hand. She took golden forms. She also went and qualified for the nationals and went down and competed in there. She was a finisher. We had Mr. Clayton. He completed silver in forms. Miss Sadie, I can't see her medal, she's going to tell me. She got bronze in forms. Miss Martha got bronze in forms, and then also went to nationals and was a finisher. And then last but not least, we had Mr. Anthony. He took a silver in forms and a bronze in sparring. Congratulations, guys. Take your place back in, and we're going to have the national anthem. We do the national anthem at the beginning of every one of our demonstrations to honor the military and police, so I'm going to ask everybody to please stand for the national anthem.
Grandma, where's Dad?
Oh, so can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad shapes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streamed, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Miss Alexis. All right, they're going to be stretching out here for a minute, and while they're stretching out, I'm going to explain a little bit about our club. You can see that at the beginning of every one of our classes, we have them do meditation and stretching. As in any type of sport or martial art, you want your body to be warmed up before you start doing physical exercise. They're doing a modified version of it, a shortened version of it, because usually we do about 10 minutes or so of stretching, which gives me, them doing that gives me the opportunity to explain us. We've been in existence for 20 years. We have our 2 black belts in the front. They are original members. They are both this year achieved their 4th degree black belt. They're certified in the Ultimate Martial Arts Federation as well as the Kwon Federation. So it's quite an accomplishment. Being a 4th degree black belt means they are now eligible to test 1st degree black belts. So it's a long work in progress, and we're all very proud of them. Taekwondo is a style of martial art that originated in Korea about 1700 years ago. The Korean peninsula was occupied by the Japanese, and the Japanese took away the weapons from the Korean persons living there. So they had to do something to learn how to defend themselves, and one of the styles of martial arts they came up with was Taekwondo. Te meaning leg of iron rod, Kwon meaning fist of iron hammer, and to us the most important part, Do meaning control of mind over body. Taekwondo emphasis is on a lot of high kicks. You'll see some of that demonstrated later on and some of the things that they're going to be doing. You're going to be seeing these young people that you can see they all have different colors, belts that they're wearing. In each belt level, there's 3 ranks. So they progressively learn as they move forward. And as they move forward and gain experience, the types of forms and the style of forms that they do become more difficult and more germane to realistic fighting. What forms are they are a choreographed set of movements to teach the student how to acclimate their body to get into fighting positions with an imaginary opponent, excuse me, so that when it comes time to actually use it, you have built up what's called muscle memory. Muscle memory takes about 2,000 times to do every movement before your muscles can do it without your brain telling it to. Your brain doesn't have to say, okay, make a fist, make a chamber in your hand, throw it out. After an extended period of time, it becomes second nature without you thinking. And that becomes very important in sparring, which, so that you can learn how to fight without having, think. You can just react. We're going to, our body instructors, we're going to take them off the stage. We're going to be bringing them back individually. And they're going to be demonstrating their forms. There's a lot of good things that they're going to be doing tonight. Later on in the demonstration, they're going to be doing breaking techniques. They're going to be doing some sparring. Some of them are going to do sparring. Some did it last night. Some are doing it tonight. And then they put together some routines, that were all put together by them. And I think you're going to be very much impressed because we took suggestions from the lowest white belt to the highest blue middle belt. They put together a form routine, and then you'll see some of them doing weapon techniques, and I'll explain more about that later. All right, first up we have Miss Grace. She's going to be performing Tiger 1. It's a form that was designed by my grandmaster over 40 years ago. So she's got chitty up, B, Tiger 1, left side. Sit up. Right, excellent job, Miss Grace. Miss Grace has been with us for a little over a month and a half, and I think she's progressing very well. Next up, we have Miss Eva and Mr. Tyler. They're going to be performing Tiger 2. Again, this is a form that was designed by my grandmaster. Chiriya, Chumbi. Tiger 2, left side, your own count. Sit up. Right, come on, excellent job, guys. Got the audience? Come tell me now. Next up, we have Mr. Jacob. Now, Mr. Jacob today, he was using the mind over body portion of martial arts. He was a competitor in the pie eating contest and in his age division. I thought he was going to eat the plate, he ate it so fast. So he was using his mind over his body. He didn't let that stomach get in his way. Good job, Mr. Jacob. All right, Mr. Jacob's going to be performing Tiger 3. Tiger 3 is a little bit different. It's called designed as a T formation, T form. So he's fighting 4 people in 4 different directions at one time. Chiriya, Chumbi, Tiger 3. Sit up.
Yeah!
Right, excellent job. I'm surprised that pie didn't affect your movements here. All right, next up we have Miss Aurora and Mr. Zachary. Again, Mr. Zachary was demonstrating the dough portion of the martial arts at the pie eating contest in his age division. He also won. So congratulations, Mr. Zachary. All right, you guys can slide up just a little bit. All right, Chiriya Chumbi. They are going to be performing Page Iljam, Page number 1. Ready, jump. Right, excellent job, Dad. Excellent job. The Page forms are about 700 years old. They're the newer version of forms that were developed in the World Taekwondo Federation that's currently using. In a little bit, you're going to be seeing some of the older ones, the Taegooks, which are the original style. But right now, we have Mr. Anthony and Miss Martha. They're going to be performing Page Iljam, Page number 2. All right, Chiriya Chumbi, Page Iljam, left side, your own count. Jump. Right, excellent job, guys. Next up, we have Miss Aubrey. She's going to be doing Page Samjang, Page number 3. They start at this level. They start adding some different elements and different movements and blocks. So you're going to see from this point forward, the forms become a little bit more difficult. So Chiriya Chumbi, Page Samjang, your own count. Ready? Jump. Right, excellent job. Some of these kids have been out here working towards the fair, for the fair, getting ready for the fair for the last couple weeks. Very hot, I can tell you that. I'm sweating here just standing. And they've been out here all day for the last 2 days working hard. Some of them have helped paint the beautiful backdrop back here. So some of them, it's the first time they've ever been on stage, some of the white belts. And it's a lot for young people to get, to come out in front of a larger crowd. Next up, we have Miss Sadie. Miss Sadie is going to be performing Page Sajang. This is probably one of the prettier forms in the Page series. Chiriya Chumbi, Page Sajang, your own count. Ready? Jump! Right, excellent job. Next up, we have Mr. Clayton. Mr. Clayton's going to be demonstrating one of the Taegook forms, one of the original forms in the Taekwondo series. He is going to be doing Taegook number 2, Taegook Iljam. Chiriya Chumbi, your own count. Ready? So jump! Right, excellent job, Mr. Cody. The Takeout series usually they have a lot of changes and stances. I don't have time to explain what they are, but going high to low and transitioning, so it's a lot of coordinations and balance is what they work on in the Takeout series. Next up, we have Miss Cheyenne. Miss Cheyenne does this form very well. She's going to be performing Page Ojan. Cheria, Chumbi, your own count. Sijap. Right, excellent job. You can see as they progress up into the higher belt levels, that they become much more refined. You can see the chambering and the kicks, and how the blocks are landing where they're supposed to. We're going to be calling out our 2 4th-degree black belts. By the time you get to test for your 1st-degree black belt, you have to know 15 different forms plus the elemental choreo, which is the 1st-degree black belt form. As you progress to 2nd, 3rd, 4th, you have to know all of those plus more. What we're going to have, our 4th degrees are going to be, one is going to be doing a 2nd-degree black belt form, Kumgang, and the other doing Taebaek, which is the 3rd-degree black belt form. First up, we have Miss Alexis. She's going to be performing Kumgang. Cheria, 준비, 시작! Right, excellent job. Kumgang is basically a defensive form, so that's why you're seeing a lot of blocks and the body movements and the slow body movements and practicing on balance. We have Miss Sydney coming out. She's going to be doing Taebaek. Both Miss Sydney and Miss Alexis are both state national champions. They're both multiple champions at the national competitions, which have about 3,000 competitors. So, in order to medal at the AAU nationals, you really have to be good, and they've both shown their stuff over the last 20 years. All right, Cheria, 준비, Taebaek, 시작. Right, come on. Excellent job, Miss Sydney. All right, now we're going to move into sparring. At the white belt level, we have them do what we call non-contact sparring. When they're at the white belt level, they have a lot of enthusiasm, but one thing that all white belts lack is self-control, so we have them not hit each other, but we want them to demonstrate their techniques, as many as they know, and do them well. So for up right now, we have Miss Grace and Miss Eva. Right, excellent job, ladies. You can see that they know a lot of techniques. It's just refining and looking for the openings to put in that kick, and then knowing how to block to stop that kick or punch. All right, next up, we have Miss Aubrey and Miss Aurora. You're going to see as they come through and they do their sparring that the techniques are going to be more refined. They're looking for the holes. They're finding the holes. Again, as they get to the yellow belt level, they start learning more and more things. More and more is asked of them. Taekwondo, I'll finish it after the one after that. All right. Right, excellent job, ladies. When we started this club 20 years ago, we looked at the 4-H program, and a lot of things that the 4-H, the way the 4-H does things, marries very well with martial arts. Because in 4-H and martial arts, you learn self-confidence, you learn leadership, you learn how to be humble. They're all things that you learn in every club in the 4-H program. Next up, we have Miss Martha and Mr. Zachary. They're going to be sparring for you now. The 4-H program in Atlantic County has over 20 clubs, 20 different types of clubs. And ranging anywhere from the animal clubs, to taekwondo, to the dance, to batons, to home economics, but that's not it. Learning life skills, that's it. Okay. Who says girls can't hit? Right, excellent job, guys. Getting back to the thought about the types of clubs, they have robotics, train clubs, small engines, you name it. The 4-H program provides young people with a good learning opportunity, which is low cost for the parents. This facility here is run and owned by the Atlantic County 4-H Fair Association. And through that association, we provide a facility for these kids to come. So having you guys come out to the fair and supporting the vendors and the food booths really helps, because without you people, without the support of the parents of these kids, these programs would not exist. We would not have a place to have these kids be able to do everything in all venues of the club. Next up, we have Ms. Cheyenne and Mr. Anthony. They're going to be sparring for you now. can see as they get to this level, they start very much looking for the holes and the opportunities. You're seeing the back kicks, the back spinning kicks, which are very effective in close quarter fighting, because it's very hard when if you're standing toe to toe with someone to throw a straight kick, a front thrust kick, but if you use your back kicks or your axe kicks, it's very easy. It's a lot easier to get in on your opponent. Right, excellent job, guys. All right, as they move off the stage, our black belts are going to be getting ready to spar. It's always a treat to see. Again, we appreciate everybody coming out and supporting this whole organization. You can see the beautiful background that's up here. Some of these kids help the robotics. The robotics club is responsible every year for doing this.